Hey traders, this is MsPutOptions. Today is actually 7/12/2015. Anxiously waiting for the market to open on 7/13/2015. So this is my analysis of SPY. We're looking at an hourly view here. As you can see, I wrote here that's higher highs and higher lows with some cloud resistance. There's going to be some cloud resistance here. Parabolic stars are trending upward here. If this continues upward, we have an upper gap that needs to be closed roughly about 209.78. It looks like with SPY, the lower time frames are saying this is bullish, and the upper time frames, the higher time frames, are saying that this is bearish. Let's look here at the 2-hour time frame, pretty much saying the same thing as the 1-hour time frame. Parabolic stars are trending upward. This ETF is trading above several of the moving day averages. However, as you can see, it's going to have some resistance here at the Ishimoku cloud. And then once again, we have a concern here with this upper gap that needs to be closed. Then we are looking at the 3-hour time frame, pretty much saying the same thing. It's going to have some resistance here, as you can see, at the 50-day moving average, and it's right there at resistance there. Once again, we're still concerned about this upper gap that needs to be closed. It has higher highs and higher lows. Parabolic stars are trending upward. Nothing significant going on with the volume. Okay, then we're going to the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, this was an area of resistance. It broke resistance here. The parabolic stars are trending upward. We have now a small gap to the low side here that starts off roughly about 206.64, and we still have this upper gap that we're about here at 209, a little greater than 209. It's going to have a little problem here getting over the middle Bollinger Band, which is also the 20-day moving average as well as the 50-day moving average if it continues upward. What I don't like is that the Bollinger Band here is trending down here, so we have to keep an eye out on that. If we look here at the daily view, however, I've drawn the Fibonacci retracement tool. As you can see here, it's definitely in a downtrend. Parabolic stars are trending downward. It's trading above several of the moving day averages. It traded outside the lower Bollinger Band here, and it snapped back in. There is, like I said, a lower gap down here, roughly about in order to close that gap, roughly about 202, a little bit, yeah, 202 area here. So if it does take a bounce to the upside, some areas of interest, and let's just open this up here, is the 38.2% fib, which is roughly about 207.68. If it surpasses this particular area, we can see right there it's going to have some source of resistance at the 50% fib, which is 208.79. If it surpasses this particular area, then we're looking at possible gap closure, and then these are possible areas to the downside, the 50%, the 61.8%, which is a 209.90, or it's going to take a bounce to the downside immediately because this is a 38.2% fib, so we have to keep an eye out on that. Then we're looking at the weekly time frame here. We could see that the lower Bollinger Band as well as the 50-day moving average is sort of kind of areas we need to look at. It might be a source of support. The Bollinger Band is curling to the downside here. And then we have the Ishimoku cloud here at 201.42, so we have to watch out for that. So right now it is at a source of support if we're looking at a weekly. However, the parabolic stars are trending downward. Volume is nice, so we have to keep an eye out on that. Like I said, the higher time frames is telling me that this ETF is bearish. However, the lower time frames is telling me that this ETF is bullish. Now, lastly, we're looking at the monthly here, and I said this must hold here or it's going to be headed lower. As you can see, it's trading above several of the moving day averages. Parabolic stars are trending upwards. So like I said, it has to hold here. But this one little candlestick, if we open that up a little bit, this one little candlestick is holding on for dear life. So we have to watch out for that. So this is MsPutOptions. This is my analysis of SPY, and I will see you on 7/13/2015 to see what's going on. I'm slightly looking at the daily view here. I am slightly more bullish than I am bearish, but it's going to have some immediate smackdown at these particular areas. Like I said, it's going to either have a smackdown right here at the 38.2 fib. If it surpasses that, we're looking at the 50% fib, and if it surpasses that, it's going to close this gap and then possible 61.8 fib. So we have to keep an eye out on that. So 209.90 might be our ultimate area if it decides to go in a upward trend. You have to keep an eye out on that, guys. I'll see you soon.